Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Midnight Ride with Grayman Prepping. How is everybody doing out there? Hey, everyone. Our perfect timing, I froze up. All right, let's see who all's here. Get the comments back to the top. First one in was Gear Grinding 19, followed by CB at Hula Homestead. Then we have CR, Creative Redundancy. Wendy, I missed saying hi to Wendy beforehand. Wendy at Hardknack Farms is in the house. And scroll on down. Everyone chit-chatting there. Jay is in the house. Garden State Gardener is here. Woo! And he'll be back in 5, which is probably about now. LG is in the house. Keith Kronk is here. And make sure I'm not missing anybody. It's going to jump. It jumped on me. And Uncle L's in the house. All right. Woo! So, all righty. So how's everybody doing here tonight? Tim Fergal's here. Hey, Tim, how's it going? All right. Tonight. Last night was an interesting night, to say the least. It was, it started raining and it's raining harder. And then the lightning started flashing all over the place. And unfortunately, my fire here doesn't catch lightning very well. But I was catching the rain out the back door there, and it was just coming down. And then there's some flashes went off, and I posted that video. And I posted a video out the front, looking across the street at where my daughter is at, and coming off the house, off the back porch. I built an awning it's about a 12-foot awning. That's about 10 foot wide. And the water was just coming down off all the roofs off that thing, just shooting out there. And it was shooting out a good 1.5 feet off the end before it hit the ground. And it was a solid waterfall. It wasn't just stuff dropping here and there. It was solid curtain of water. And it was kind of hard to tell in the video, but it was pretty friggin' amazing looking. Hey, Glenn, how's it going? And so, yeah, that was rather interesting. Okay, I'm going to bed. I went to bed about 10:30 Mountain Time. Then about 1:30, I wake up and I go, what the heck is that noise? And it sounded like dog-sized squirrels running back and forth across the roof. About 4 or 5 of them. I'm like, what the heck? Because they're and I go, what the heck is that? And then the window air conditioning, started going tink, 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 tink on in. It's like, holy crap, that's hail. And so I hopped up, ran in, tried to get this, and it was stopping. It was like, oh, man. So I went out, looked out the back door, and there were hail about the size of my thumbnail all over the place. I go, okay, at least I can get a picture of that. Came back in, got back out, and by the time I walked from where you see the light there in the hallway, that goes out the back door there. By the time I walked from there back into here, grabbed this, went back out there, it had started pouring rain. And most of the hail had already melted down to about the size of my pinky fingernail and was going away fast. It's like, crap, ain't even worth it now. No, more like raining ponies and horses. And here's the interesting thing I found out this morning. My brand new concrete driveway, all nice and clean, and, beautiful. Go out there and it's mud coated. And it's like, what the heck? Because it goes down to the low point. It'd come back up about 3/4 of the way across both sections of it and up, and the entire field out there froze. The entire field out there had flooded from that much rain. It was coming down like you wouldn't believe. I had a wheelbarrow sitting on the back patio, and it had probably about that much water in it from the previous one. It was about 7-8 inches of water in that wheelbarrow. Granted, it's got a little slope on it, so you probably count that at about half that. So about 4 inches of water that came down last night, and that put a big dent in our drought here in Idaho, at least this part of Idaho. And what was weird is earlier when I was backfilling around the driveway with the rock and stuff, when I was dumping it, it was blowing from east to west because I was getting dust blowing across the concrete. I figured I'm going to have to wash it off. Then when I went out there with the camera later on, it was blowing from west to east, and all the dust had blown off the driveway. Oh yeah, hail, especially the big ones. Not only do they sting, they'll raise knots on your head if you don't have a good hat on. $13 more inches of water. Oh, coming this way from the arc storm. What's interesting is the way the arc storm pattern was. After it leaves Northern California, it starts dipping down south a little bit. So it's not making it up here. What we're getting is what's coming through Seattle to Portland. So, and that's coming down from Alaska. So it's really weird. All right, so let's get on to some news stuff here, and then we're going to open it up to everything else here. Oh, wait, Glenn got hit by a foot of rain in the last week. Oh. All right, let's see. From the news from California, big headline here last Friday. 2-month decline in Bay Area inflation driven by lower gas prices. 2 days after that, several of the oil refineries shut down to do their annual maintenance and stuff on it and readjust for doing the winter blend of gas. And of course, as soon as they shut down, gas prices jumped up higher than they were 2 months ago. So overall, yeah, it may have not been going down, but it went bloop up higher. And it's like, yeah. Okay, and then what Uncle Al was talking about, East Bay braces for a rare September storm. That's the arc storm, the atmospheric river conveyance, something like that. Anyways, and yeah, so and that's been happening ever since last Sunday or Saturday. All right. Oh, here's one that the wingnets don't want you to know about. This was a headline, and it suddenly disappeared. Pandemic end in sight. Here's how the Red Dragon 19 stands in California. And it talks about stuff going down. And there's another one coming up later on the same thing. What I like is this end in sight. Well, wait a minute. The CDC 4 weeks ago said it's over. They said there's no longer a pandemic. It's over. And now nobody's listening to the CDC. All right, Safeway, which is part of Albertsons and Lucky's and stuff. to pay $8 million settlement with 5 California counties. The lawsuit on that revolves around the Safeway gas stations at a lot of their supermarkets and stuff. Evidently, somebody thought they were going to save a bunch of money and get a big bonus, and then left the company hanging because they shortcutted a lot of the EPA safety standards and stuff as far as the safety, the underground water testing, the mitigation plans and stuff. And yeah, so they had to pay an $8 million settlement divided up amongst 5 counties in the state of California. Gee, I wonder which agency took the biggest bite. California. Oh, here's one for you guys. Uh-huh. Yeah, well, everyone can read all they want into that, and you'll probably be right. Okay, next one here. Attack of the ankle biters. I can't pronounce this one. It's spelled Aedes mosquitoes. Plague Northern California and spreading. Okay, let me go bring it up here. Get that one actually opened up here, because I'm going to need to get into read on this one here and do a quick, there it is. There's that monster mosquito. I don't want to get in trouble for everything else showing on there. All right. Numerous people are going out to the beaches and stuff and find themselves being eaten alive. The invasive Aedes mosquito, nasty little bloodsuckers, commonly known as ankle biters. They were first detected in California over the last decade. They have entrenched themselves statewide and are being found across. And it lists a bunch of the counties, Sacramento, Contra Costa, Los Angeles, Orange County, Riverside, San Diego, Tulare, Merced counties. And here's a little map on it. I'll show this map here for you guys. If it's that bad in California, they're spreading elsewhere, guys. I guarantee it. And there's two different varieties. The red is the one, and the blue is the other variety. And yeah, so they're going through the Central Valley, anywhere where there is a semi-warm river or quote lakes, of lakes of standing water in a quasi-warm area with the marshes around them, which takes it up in the Shasta County, because some of the lakes up there, they have kind of like marshy areas around it, and because that marshy area is producing heat, the mosquitoes are able to survive out in the marshy area. Okay. Okay. Probably he was just probably reading the memo that he saw. Oh, it's over. Good. I cured it. Oh, sorry. All right, just reading this to catch up the side chat here, reading the stuff there. All right. So the mosquitoes are not like anything Californians are used to. These mosquitoes came from, I'll give you a red guess, the same place as the that you need to get the jab for. These mosquitoes breed quicker and in smaller containers than others. Their eggs can be found in any container of water, even as tiny as a bottle cap, which is, most mosquitoes cannot breed in that, but their cycle is so quick they can do it before the water evaporates. Okay. Oh, and California is also a little blip here goes by of another news article. California's third year of La Nina. Yeah, so they're expecting, so the drought's going to continue. Any container that can hold water could be a breeding ground for these mosquitoes. you have potted plants in the backyard with this little saucers under it, guaranteed just about that they say that the saucers will hold these mosquitoes. So anyways, yeah, so that's what's going on there. And the way it's going, heading down to Southern California, I bet you can guarantee, anyway, it's going across into the wet areas and Arizona, up the Colorado River, because it has a lot of side areas where water stands and breeding and stuff, and they're going to go right on across. I'm just checking. They're not saying about any other states currently. Of course, this is concentrating just on California, but you can check to see if those mosquitoes are anywhere else. That's Aedes, and then there's two subspecies of it. All right, let's go on to the next news piece here. Yeah, and so the next one here was the La Nina talking about it, and what forecasters say. Sorry, forecasters have been off all over the place. There is a 91% chance that California will need to prepare for another La Nina conditions through November and beyond. And let's see, another dry winter is certainly not going to be good news for California. No poop. The California Deputy Director of Climate Prediction Center, Mike Halpert, said, yeah, I don't think you need to be a deputy director to know that another year of La Nina is going to be bad for California. And Howie, Food Forest Permaculture's in the house, and Shadow Scout Swede is in the house too. Hey, T-Boar's here too. All right, now right now the rest of the article is just rehashing old crap, not saying what to expect much more than much of Southern and Central California is expected to face temperatures 40 to 50% above the average. Yeah. And what do they consider 50% above the average? If the average in the wintertime is 45 degrees, does that mean it's going to be 60 degrees or 70 degrees? So, they're not saying what temperatures to expect, just, it's going to be 40, 50% above. I hate these demon rats here. Yeah. Okay. So that's, but if it is affecting California that much, you can be guaranteed it's going to affect, the rest of the Western United States, and then that's going to affect everybody else. But then they went and got, right after that, the arc storm came through Northern California and dumped a boatload of water on them. Okay, here's one that a lot of people are misconstruing and getting all up in arms because of the way they worded it. All right. Listen carefully. Human composting. Okay. One of the new laws that the Great Nuisance signed into law or to take effect in California. And so what is the human composting? Well, first of all, they start the article talking about the other bill, which was marijuana smoking, saying that workplaces can no longer test for marijuana smoking because it could have been done off the job, and they can't prove it was done on the job. So unless they catch them in the act, they can't test them for it. And that law doesn't take effect until 2024. All right. Where is human composting here? Okay. I love the ways these demon rats spin the crap here. Traditionally, there have been two after-death options in California: cremation and burial. Assemblyman Cristina Garcia who authored the eco-friendly bill, said the new option reduces harm to the environment. With climate change and sea level rise as very real threats to our environment, this is an alternative message of final disposition that won't contribute to the emissions into our atmosphere. Christina, you need to go watch Suspicious Observers and realize that the carbon dioxide levels aren't going up like you think they are, and they're not causing what you think they're doing. All right. The method allows for human remains to be composted over 30 to 45 days. Remains are placed in a steel vessel. They don't want it out. Placed in a steel vessel and buried in wood chips, alfalfa, and other biodegradable materials. The process transfers the remains into a nutrient-dense soil, which can be returned to the families or to conservation properties. The process avoids the use of fossil fuels and carbon monoxide emissions that cremations require. Bullpucky, because a lot of crematoriums are using electric furnaces. So, hey, wait a minute. If the electricity for the electrical crematoriums are using fossil fuels, that means that the same electricity that goes to charge up your green car is using fossil fuels and producing carbon monoxide emissions. Anyways, so California joins Colorado, Oregon, and Washington, and Vermont in legalizing human composting as a burial method. And of course, there are a bunch of groups against it. But anyways, people's here. Human composting. They're using humans in gardening. They're composting people and putting them out in the fields where all the vegetables are grown. No, they're not. All righty. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's some articles on that, and there's actually the yeah. It's another Looney Tune thing, because if it was Colorado, another Looney Tune state, Washington, Oregon, Looney Tune states. I'm not sure about Vermont, but I'm guessing that they're on the far left leaning ultra blue area too. I could be wrong on that one. All righty. California is reducing the mask requirements. 5 things you need to know. And what is so full of BS in the article here and about the regulations. Let me go in here because I guess I got to read this. It's anally stupid. Okay. This shift in masking is consistent with California's smarter plan. You can't get a smarter plan when it's put out by idiots. Decide when to wear a mask, including the rate of spread in the community and personal risk. All right, personal risk is one of the ones here that they just totally good. When community levels are low, the low risk for illness, blah 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 blah. Those at higher risk for severe illness need to consider wearing. Yeah, okay, that's true. But then they go on and change it to those at lower risk need to consider whether or not. Wait a minute. If you're outdoors and it's a low risk, a person at low risk needs to consider whether or not they need. Yeah. Anyways, it's been over a year since I've worn a mask here in Idaho. And we're a lower public spread risk and everything else. Anyways, yeah, so they're doing double talk is what they're doing. And yeah, and it says, health official urge all those with lower risk of severe illnesses to wear a mask in outdoor public places. Wait a minute, they're lessening it? No, they're doing double speak here. All right, and the last one. This is going to be I got a giggle out of it, then I started crying. Matthew McConaughey teases presidential run at the San Francisco conference. He also teases he's running for the governor of Texas. Matthew McConaughey doesn't know jack poop about government and needs to stick to acting. Just because he acts like a person on film that knows something doesn't mean he actually does. All right, let me go ahead and toss that out there for CR or anybody else that wants to come up here and join me up here. Hey, Vitra, how's it going? All right, so we are not buying into the fear porn here. We are not. Hey, Ron, how's it going? The Green Wizard is in the house. All right, so we are doing no disaster fantasies, no fear porn, no Kool-Aid drinking, no couch camping, no Cheeto eating stuff here. We're just talking straight truth here tonight, folks. Straight. Hey, Carol! Woo!
I've turned down my volume.
Hey, Carol!
And I gotta find that. Shoot. No, not again. I've turned down my volume. Hold on. Hey. Wow, that was the ever echo. Got it. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Hey, guys. Hey, Gil.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Tibor says what?
Something.
The head of the Department of Transportation is tearing out interstates because they are racist. Really? Interstates are racist.
Is that what it is? Because it's all blacktop?
That could be a punchline that Tibor was going to throw out.
They're blackface. That's what it
However,
is. I bet.
Some of them they have actually removed the asphalt and they're putting down concrete.
What?
When they reface it because it lasts longer.
Really? Why?
It lasts longer.
Concrete lasts longer than asphalt? I didn't know that.
If properly put down, it'll last longer. Of course, then when you have a car fire on it, it kind of cracks the concrete and other stuff. All right, let's see who else is here. Just checking there, see what's going on. Oh, Tibor says he wish he was joking. Oh, jeez.
Oh no, he's not joking.
He's not joking.
It probably is for that reason. Maybe, I don't know. Was it who did the highways?
The head of the.
Usually, I thought it was like
head of the Department of Transportation. Now, is that the head of Department of Transportation of Ohio or the U.S.?
Oh,
figure that out. Oh, and for those interested, I found out who haven't caught it so far. The mix they used for my patio and both pours on the driveway was not 5-sack mix. It was 6-sack mix, which is instead of being 3,500 psi, it's 4,000 psi. So it's a lot tougher and stronger.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Excellent.
Hey, Shadow Scout, how you doing tonight?
Well, it's morning here.
Morning. Yeah. All right. How you doing? How did you do last night?
I got my coffee bar for morning.
Well, it was a long day yesterday. First, a long day at work, and then I had a board meeting with our local civil defense association. I am vice president, so.
Okay. Oh, okay. Tibor answered my question. U.S.
Wow, that's
nice. Name is ex-mayor of South Bend, Indiana. Okay.
But don't they
Gee,
still have to make those cuts in the concrete? So then when you're driving over, it sounds like boom, 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 boom.
yeah, those are the expansion joint cuts.
Yes, that's
And then,
terrible.
and
I
then
hate that.
the cuts that are going in the direction of travel are to help disperse water so you don't hydroplane.
Okay, well that would make sense. That would be
And
better.
those go as you
I
drive.
wouldn't maybe that sounds better than the whoop boom, whoop boom, whoop boom. That drives me crazy.
Yeah.
That's like usually I'm back in Philly. Like when I hear that sound, I'm back in PA near Philly.
Yeah.
But we have a section on 95 that sounds like that, and it's like, oh, I miss PA. Not their roads though, and their potholes are horrible there in PA. So maybe they could do with more of the concrete, I guess.
Yeah,
Boutique.
it's a lot of stuff they use for concrete replacement. At least I know in California, because that's where I've dealt with. Runs at a. I froze. The concrete in California, because that's what I've dealt with for the interstates. Runs at like a 7 to 8 sack mix for normal, and for overnight repairs, it's a 9 sack mix with 4% calcium added to it.
Oh, so it'll dry fast and harden up quick.
Mm-hmm. And once it's harder than, as my grandmother used to say, it's harder than a whore's heart. Now, my grandmother, she used to say something, that's harder than a whore's heart.
Is that the one that used to like smoke 3 cigarettes or 4 at a time? Okay. That sounds like something that would come from that woman.
Oh, yeah.
A trip.
Yeah, it was funny. She had to be very polite at work. She was a real estate agent and dealing with people. Come home, she'd cut loose.
I guess so.
I got to get this off my chest.
That sounds like how I would be if I had to do that. Working back in the school system, I'd probably have to be that way. Same thing.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can flip this. There we go. There. Oh, no, it's opposite.
But I found out the staff sergeant is coming here on Sunday.
Oh, good.
My daughter's surgery is on Tuesday.
Okay.
She has 4 weeks of having to use 2 crutches.
Ugh. With 2 small ones, right? Is it 2 or 3?
2 crutches, 4 weeks.
Kids.
And then, kids. So she has four boys.
4.
The oldest one is Eli, who's on the spectrum.
On the spectrum, okay.
In special ed classes and stuff, and he is 7.5 now.
I was ready to send my 8-year-old to special ed today.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
And the youngest is in his terrible twos and wants to be held all the time, or he throws himself on the floor and just no. You want candy? No.
That's my son's favorite word.
Like he said no, and he go, wait a minute, should I said no? Well, I better stick with my nose.
When he's in trouble or something, does he say no? Like he's echoing though the parent, like, no, you're not supposed to do that, and then he goes, no.
He doesn't. No, it's not like that. It's like you want to be held. No.
It's just the answer for everything.
Yeah, it's
Malachi does both. Yeah, Malachi does.
All right, you got to poopy pants. You got poop in your pants. No.
Nope. Yeah, that's the.
Did you get changed? No. But yeah, but he's the one. He and the next one up, Danny, are the clean ones, and they like piggyback rides from their mom.
Oh.
Ain't no piggyback rides for. She's going to be on crutches for 4 weeks, and then 5 more weeks recovering to the and so at week 9 she starts this physical therapy.
Wow.
So the doctor's he wants her to take it easy and let it heal all, because it's been screwed up now for 8 years.
Oh wow.
So he wants it to take its time. It's 8 years of being bad. Now they're going to take 9 weeks after surgery to make sure it heals right in the right place. And so,
but Cheetos are delicious. I just saw that Cheetos. My husband came out and he was
Grandma
giving
chewed
cheers.
apple tobacco. That woman was hard as times in 29.
Yeah,
Uh,
he had to be.
yeah.
Although my great grandmother was very ladylike, wore heels until she was over 90, like the thicker ones.
Mm.
But she could take a chicken out back, chop its head off, make dinner. That was common.
My great grandmother, which we called Granny, long
Mhm.
before Beverly Hillbillies came around.
Yeah.
She lived in 94, 96 is what she lived up to.
Hmm.
She reminded, I think they used a picture of her for Granny for the Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, wow, okay. But
Take it down.
yeah, she had 15 kids that I know of
Wow.
that survived to adulthood.
Wow. Yeah, my great grandmother only had 3. And what was so sad was the one in the middle is the one that was my mom's father, and he died when my mom was 4. And she had a grandson on the way that never got to meet his dad.
Yeah.
Never got to meet his dad. But she still was an amazing woman, and her oldest, I think it was the oldest, or was Harry Harry was the youngest. He lived to like 104, my great uncle Harry. Like that side has some longevity.
Yeah.
The other brother didn't live as long, but he was in the service, and I think he had like what they didn't call it then, but PTSD. I think he had
Right.
some from service.
Yeah. So
She was a lady.
my granny,
Hmm.
I can't remember what her husband's name was. The last name was Schwartz, and they're from an area of on the border of Germany and France. Over the last several centuries, the border would shift in that area. Okay,
Yeah.
we're French this year. Oh no, we're back to German again. Oh, we're French. I met as a young man. I met a lot of my grandmother's brothers. I know. I grew up with her sister as well too. And these guys all lived well into their 90s.
Yeah, it was great that they did, because the generation before, like both my great grandmother and my great grandfather were orphaned. Like, don't know exactly what happened during that time, but they both ended up being orphans. I don't know why, but they were German, and we had been here since, I think, Civil War is when they traced back part of it. I'm not positive, but I think I still have to get on Ancestry.
All right, I'm trying to remember. It was so Granny's maiden name was either Hill or Crumrine. I have to go back and check the book. But we got the Hills and Crumrine coming from England on her side, and German on the other side.
Yeah, we had Myers. Becker was early. Scheidel, and Myers. I think that's how it went. Becker, Scheidel, Myers. And her side.
The family lines there survived the Black Plague, survived all the stuff in Europe, so they were hardy stock.
Yeah, right.
All that, right. And get over here, and they were all doing great. And my mom's cousin from so there are only 2 girls in my grandmother's family. My grandmother and her sister B. They were B's daughters, and they were big in the genealogy, and they were also doing family groups, current living family groups, tracking that stuff.
Yeah,
and they tracked their generation and the generation before, when they started eating a lot of the processed foods. Life expectancy went from the 90s to the 80s to the 70s to the 60s.
Yeah, it's funny though. I still bought a Mrs. Smith's pie because my mom's grandmother, her and her sister, my grandmother and her sister started a restaurant near their old farm, and they got their pies actually from Mrs. Smith's. Like that was where the pies came from. So like we would always have Mrs. Smith's frozen pies for like the holidays because it was just tradition, because that's where it came from all the way back to the restaurant. So to
and
try
back then, those were probably cooked natural or done naturally. Didn't have all the crap in it.
Yeah. Yeah. But they still put weird stuff in their food. Like we've talked about, like arsenic to fatten up chickens. Like, how do you know when you've had enough chicken? Like, feeling kind of dead. I need to stop. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm feeling like I'm going to die. I think I'm
we got CR going. Now CR wants a pie.
Yeah, I got pumpkin CR just to try and get her to want to eat a little bit of it, like the inside maybe.
Yeah, when I was growing up as a kid, teenager, even up into my 20s and actually even into my 30s a little bit, the Mrs. Smith pie that I loved was the lemon cream, the frozen lemon cream pie, not the lemon meringue.
Yeah.
The lemon cream with all the frozen whipped cream on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember the chocolate cream ones before. Of course, that movie made chocolate cream look very unattractive. The Help or whatever, where she pooped in the chocolate pie and brought it over to.
Yeah, but that's that. After, I guess it was about a couple of years after I got married, we couldn't find the lemon cream pie anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the big seller there in Northern California, was the lemon cream over the meringue.
Do you remember in California the Jell-O pies with like the icebox pies that you would make out of Jell-O and strawberries and then whipped cream, or you would use Cool Whip, and then there would be like mile-high pies. And you cut them for summer. Oh.
Yeah, my cousins made something called green jiggly junk. Using the lime Jell-O. They use 7-Up. They use cream and something else in there, and they did it and stuff, and it would be kind of jiggly, piled up high, jiggly, all these different colorations in there of the green with the cream in there and stuff. And they instead they use water, they use 7-Up to do it with, and then they would freeze it, and the next day they'd have the frozen green jiggly junk. It's not jiggly anymore. That's what they said. We have the green jiggly junk, but it's not jiggly anymore. Hey, Billy.
Good, Billy. Got some meat for the freezer, eh? Good for you.
Cool.
Yeah, they get old. What do you mean? You guess they get old sometimes?
Glenn's going to bed. All right, Glenn. See you later.
Good night, Glenn. Have a good night.
Yeah, it's a.
I need Glenn to come down and plant my fall garden. I can't even get out there. I need to buy soil still with everything going on. I told Josh, I'm like, it's just sitting out there mocking me. I have 2 beds with sticks in the bottom. An archway in the middle, and then my 2 empty raised beds. And I'm like, stop mocking me. I can't do anything to you right now.
That's what I feel. I mean, I was supposed to get on the tractor. My plans today was to get on the tractor this morning, get out where I brought all that farmland topsoil in here to make a garden, and just to rake on it, just to break it up and get it level it a little bit. Because I got a 5-pound bag of cover crop to put down.
To put down.
And it was, I looked out there and there's standing water out there. It's like,
we've been getting a lot of rain too, finally. But it's all coming in 1 week, it seems like, rather than it, bursts. Which is also coming in the week that I showed that banana picture in our group. The banana flowers were flowering. So now I'm going to get another like partial rack of bananas that are kind of anemic looking, thanks to the rains. I don't know how they do that, like in the tropical locations, and still get like massive banana coming on the rack. Like,
I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I saw pictures where the banana harvest is done. They got other trees growing up over.
Oh yeah, I do. I have that. So I've got a new rack on after I just took this rack off. I mean, I've got it consecutive, but the problem is it seems like every time they flower, for some reason, Florida decides to rain, like while they're putting on their racks.
Because I was thinking if they have all these other trees acting as a canopy above the bananas.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was missing.
Yeah, it diverts a lot of the rain off of the bananas and stuff. And so the banana trees grow. Okay, this is where we're not getting wet, so we're going to grow here.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the plantations, though, where they're not like that, where they don't have the canopy cover, but that is a good idea. But they'll crowd out just about anything. Those bananas, they're pretty prolific underneath the ground, the corn. What I was going to say is I now have a coffee bar I didn't have before, thanks to my son who flooded my kitchen. So I just decided to. And it was my fault. I was doing dishes. Thank God the water was clean in the pot from the beef stew last night, but I left it there in the sink. And the mom's aide got here and we went to mom's room. Well, she decided today was like bath day out of the basin for my mom, and I haven't gotten to do that, so I was watching how she did it. And I didn't hear it because of the water in there. Yeah.
You hear the water in there.
Yeah. So that was awful. We came out. It was so funny because the aide came out with me at the same time and saw he's soaking wet. There's water all over the counter. There's water on the floor. There's water on the top of my stove. It's like everywhere. And she's like, well, okay, well, I will see you next time. I'm like, holy crap. She's like, I think he's all wet. I'm like, yeah, I know he is. Okay, I'll see you next week. But at least I took it as an opportunity to clean after I said multiple curse words. And that's when Malachi will go, no, like he knows it's a no, but his impulsivity gets the best of him.
Yesterday when I was over watching the boys, when Megan was at the surgeon's, Eli was doing fine because Eli was there.
Yeah.
All Aiden and Danny were in school, and Oliver was crashed and taking a nap in front of the TV. And Eli was playing fine for about an hour or so. Then Danny came home, and Danny sat in one of the chairs there and was watching TV. And all of a sudden, Eli's impulses came over. He goes over and scratches at Danny. And I saw him do it. I go, Eli, no. And he looks at me like, and goes back over there. He sits down for about 30 seconds and runs. I go, Eli, no. You don't scratch your brother.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know what it was. Danny was just sitting there with his blanket, thumb in his mouth, watching TV, not moving, not doing anything else.
He wanted Danny to do something else. He was upset at probably Danny doing what he was doing. He had an idea of Danny should be doing something else, probably. Just like our kid does. He gets really mad because we're supposed to be in his mind's eye doing something else at that moment. We have no clue what it is.
Yeah.
But
Eli has always picked on Danny, but usually it's going over and rubbing his face in his hair. Going over and going, and Danny's, no, don't hug me. No. Yeah. So.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's the hair. Yeah, a little bit. I can see a little bit, Tibor. Just look them up, Shadow Scout Squid. They've got a similar hair on their face.
I'll find one here. Yeah, the one picture comes up. He does.
Yeah.
When you do the first one, the one that's stuck with his thing on for Wikipedia.
He's still alive, right? Did he? Yeah, he's still alive.
He's 47.
It was the father that was killed, right?
Yeah. So let's see if I can find that one. Now, okay, he's shaved. He's gotten long. He changes his hair around.
Billy, they have him down here going wild practically.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone bushy. He's gone just over the mustache. He's gone. But I'm trying to find a good one here. That one does.
Yeah, good call. Yep, a little bit. Yep, can see it.
Yeah, it's your far related cousin.
Yeah, that's the dad over to the side though, with the on the top row.
Yeah, okay.
That's Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, there's Junior. Right, there's Junior there.
Yeah,
Yep.
he has more hair than I have, so.
Yeah. Well, we don't know that.
With the ball cap, you can't tell.
That's right.
See, I got lots of hair down here. I got lots of hair there. I ain't got nothing up there.
Yeah, well, just like
Same
you can't tell it. I got gray roots all going on right now. That's what this is for. Until I get my hair done.
Yeah, I'm getting more gray around the temples here. But one thing I'm noticing, the little hairs I have that have been growing on my ear and stuff have gone from black to white.
Yeah, I get that now.
It's like
eyebrows are doing the gray, and a few little white ones come up, and I'm like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, and it's like I can feel one of the ones that are bugging me because they'll grow out and they'll turn and they'll rub against other hairs, and it's like, and usually I can see it, but now that they're white, I can't see it. It's like, where is it? Where is it? Where is that hair? And I'm looking in the mirror.
I catch my husband doing the same thing in the mirror in the bathroom. He's got the medicine mirror trying to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so uncomfortable. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. I hope I don't as I get older. Women have to deal with all of a sudden we get chin hairs as we get older. It's like, what the hell is that? I don't have them yet, but I know from my aunts, and they're, talking about it, like my mom and my aunt. What do you do with yours? Do you pluck them? You shave them? Like, oh, yay, the joy of getting older.
Yeah.
Yes. Billy was saying we have them actually right next door. There's a huge group of peacocks that continue to breed, and they stay over in the development next door. They were left, I think, when the citrus company that was along this road left them behind. Mm-hmm. And they just continued to breed, and for some reason they like it over there. It's got nice little lakes and stuff. Oh, weird, Vidra. But yeah, probably Florida would have some eggs for you. Real easy.
I know we had
what's up, WD?
WD's in the house. Hey, Don. I know the area across the street from the house in California was still agricultural farmland and stuff. And one of the people up above had some peacocks. And I guess, not sure whether it was on purpose or accident, but they missed a bunch of eggs. The next thing you know, they had a whole mess more of peacocks. Mm-hmm. And after a little bit, some of the other neighbors that moved in, they're making noise. Well, you shouldn't have moved in here because they were here before you were.
Yeah. Oh, God. One of the neighbors came over. They yell. It's
yes. One of the other neighbors came over. You hear that? We need to get rid of them. I go, no, they need to stay. You need to leave. And they look at me like, what? They were here years before you moved in here. They're original. You're a transplant. Yeah. You don't like them, leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was being nasty to neighbors. Why are you being nasty to neighbors? Hey, they come over and complain about the peacocks. They what? And he went over and yelled at them for being mad about the peacocks. But we love the peacocks and stuff. And the family decided.
They're horrible, though, on homeowners' roofs. They had a thing about that out in California, that the homeowners were losing tiles and having roof damage because they kept going up and punching. Yeah. I haven't seen that here. Thank God I haven't seen one on people's roofs. But
the people moved farther out to the country, and they tried to take all they were trying to load the peacocks. Half of them got loose, took off around. And as soon as they were all moved out, all of a sudden, about a week later, we hear the peacocks back up there. Oh, they're back. They're wild now.
They're back.
No, after the ones they took stayed, but the ones that got loose and ran down into the creek and stuff like that, and they couldn't find. All of a sudden, we're now back up on top of the hill where they were before, and
they just went on vacation for a little bit. That's all. They just wanted to see if the grass was greener other places.
Yeah, but so they had a lot of peacocks up there, but the peacocks actually got chased out by the wild turkeys.
Oh, I would think that's weird, really.
Because
the wild turkeys chased off the peacocks.
A lot of wild turkeys.
Oh, okay.
There were like 3 or 4 peacocks up there. All of a sudden, we had about 50 wild turkeys coming in. They got displaced by a housing development going in. They came in and dozed all the area, and all the turkeys up to our area. I'm not sure how many people wound up with wild turkey at Thanksgiving.
I don't know. Hey, Steph, I meant to ask you, are you on Facebook? Because we have our group through Messenger for the weight loss thing, and that would be so much easier because sometimes I don't check my email, especially with all this going on with Mom. I haven't been.
Yeah,
were you frustrated about Shadow's work stuff, or I just saw that the queue.
I was mentioning.
Long day, yeah. I understand that. Oh, okay, you're not. Okay, I figured. Okay.
What I'm frustrated over is the result of the election we had September 11th, and the final result showed up September 18th. So I'm a little bit frustrated about that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What did you guys get a globalist in there?
Let's say now we will have a right-wing government.
Well, right wing here is a good thing. Right wing over there is what?
Bad.
What is it?
Really bad. Okay, I'm gonna make this short.
Okay.
Now we have a couple of parties on the right wing. We have the Moderate Party, we have the Liberals, and we have the Christian Democrats.
Oh gosh, oxymoron.
And the Swedish Democrats. Okay. And now Liberals and the Swedish Democrats demands minister positions. And now the Liberal Party is basically doormat for the Swedish Democrats. So they step on Liberals. And if the Swedish Democrats get a minister position, they will run over our new prime minister, which is the leader of the Moderate Party. And you know what? Swedish Democrats are neo-Nazis. In their foundation is neo-Nazis.
Well, they were claiming that with us, with our how would you say it? Our Republican Party, they were saying they're all neo-Nazi, they're all white supremacists, which, yeah, some of the white supremacists would feel more comfortable in the Republic, but that's our extreme. Like, that's the extreme. Like, neither extreme is pretty. The Democrats' extreme is not pretty, and neither is the Republicans. But it sounds like your right is almost like our left. Am I hearing that right, Gil? Like,
it sounds like it's like what they call right wing, we call left wing.
Yeah.
So,
but,
our conservatives are right wing, our liberals are left wing.
But out of that Democratic Party, somehow they shifted, and they used to be the Ku Klux Klan lovers. They were seen with, even I think, wasn't Biden seen with like one of the lead characters from the KKK?
Yeah, back in the day, yeah, he was. And, Lyndon B. Johnson, who campaigned hard against the Equal Rights Initiative. And so when it passed, it was passed by all Republicans. Not one Democrat voted for it. About a third of the Democrats abstained from voting, and the others voted against it. And when it passed, he goes, well, fine, we'll just have to make it ours to keep them as slaves. That's what he said, and it's on the record.
What?
Yeah, talking about the blacks. When the Equal Rights Initiative passed, he goes, well, we'll have to use this and twist it around to keep them as slaves.
Oh my! I'm so confused, though. Didn't you just say the right-wingers put it into practice?
Lyndon B. Johnson was a Democrat.
That's a good thing, right? As a, equal rights for all. And the Democrats wouldn't vote for it. Okay.
And the Democrats said, "Well, fine, we're going to take it, we're going to twist it, and
make them slave." And they did.
And they did with
they just
welfare,
don't realize it.
welfare, and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
The
and gifts like the Romans did with bread, buying all the votes and making it like, oh, but we'll take care of you.
Okay, Senator Robert Byrd. Was he? Seth put that in there.
Was that the one that was on the float?
I think that was
there was somebody that was like on in a parade or something with one of the higher ups in the KKK. Maybe that's who.
Yeah.
But that's terrible, Shadow Scout. I'm so sorry. That's why I said, is it a globalist? Because that's what it seems like. They're putting all their people into positions of power over countries and governments. And nobody's voted them. Nobody's really voted them in. They just somehow get there. Kind of like our potato head.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
The problem is with them is that they would reform Sweden. So what they want is to kick all the immigrants out, basically, and those who are on welfare, get their money from the welfare.
Mm-hmm.
They consider if you work with welfare, which you can, because you can have some different
you get different levels of welfare over in your country. Is it different?
So you can have some
like help for groceries, because we have food stamps. We have like different levels of help. Some people have health care through it.
But the problem is those who are on welfare, they even if they have a work, but they don't get any salary because they have the welfare.
Yes, they trap them in it. That's what they do here.
Yeah. So the problem here will be what Swedish Democrats says. They don't. If they don't work, you are not. You will put down on a lower level. You're not worth anything for them.
Oh my! Wow.
So, if you don't have a full-time job and are healthy, you are out of basically their system totally, the whole system.
Is Sweden mostly like socialist though? Like that's why they're like that they want workers to support the system that everybody's living off of? Is that
we are a socialist country.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just asking. I mean, I'm not judging. I'm asking because I can see for my husband, like with us, we're barely middle class, barely. We're just head above water. But he gets frustrated when he sees people here who go on welfare who decide not to work, not because they are unable, but because they'd rather just live off of welfare, get money under the table, and he's helping pay into that welfare system. And so are a lot of men like him working their butts off, struggling paycheck to paycheck. And that's where, like in America, the frustration comes in with the welfare, and also people who get on it and then they can't get off it, like you said, who are trying to, but they're trapped because they can only make so much and the welfare is taken. It's like, how do you save on welfare so you can take a job? It's a real big conundrum for people who have had to take welfare and actually want to work and do well.
Yeah. And as the thing, you are not worth a sip if you're on welfare or anything. You're not worth. It is. They are actually terrible. It will be chaos, and they will. Their ideas of if you have immigrants and a whole family. And if one, let's say, if one of their kids
Mhm.
turn out to be a criminal, they will punish the whole family and throw the whole family out.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Wow.
That is collective punishment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
T-Bar, federal programs, most of them are designed to keep you in the program.
Yeah.
Except for, I have to say, hospice, but I think that's state to state and federally
So I
funded.
consider.
They're the only ones that get out. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Can I share an article?
You
Sure.
can. I don't know if we'll get it because we don't know.
It's on
Some of us know what's going on in Sweden and stuff, but yeah, why not? But yeah, Tibor, and then also the lotto is to gain their money back.
Okay. This is the party leader of the Swedish Democrats. What do you think about this dude?
It
This
looks like
is
actually a Greek that I went to school with.
well, it's you know.
It's so weird because they use a lot of the hate, like making you want to hate these people. Like they use a lot of the same kind of catchphrases and fear mongering like they use on us in the United States.
Yeah.
And for the United States, it's like the Republican Party has their things that they'll bring for the people. The Democrats have the things that they'll bring for the people. But they're constantly doing this. So the people are left without the things for the people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it would be nice if we could have some unity and people would actually get it, but I don't want the globalist view of their unity. I don't need complete control with the unity.
Yeah.
Let's see supporters running for election this week.
You know what? What's the interesting thing is when it comes to Swedish Democrats. In the beginning, when they were founded, one of the members who helped to build up the party, he was a Swedish guy, but he was a Waffen SS who founded. Yeah.
Oh dear, that's awful.
And that, yeah.
What I don't understand though is Sweden has a pretty large. Don't they have a black population too? Because I've seen plenty of black Swedes. So this is anti-Semitic and anti-black, or anti anybody not like white Swedes. Like, well, okay.
Yeah, it's interesting too. Here in America, prior to up through the Roaring '20s, most of the newspapers still referred to America as a republic. It wasn't until Delano Roosevelt's Fireside radio chats, where he never referred to the United States as a republic. He always referred to it as a democracy, and it's not. And that's why, so many people, they come here, oh, this is a democracy. I got to join the Democratic Party because that's a democracy.
Yeah.
And, since schools and stuff aren't making people say the Pledge of Allegiance, kids don't know that, hey, it's a republic. Yeah. The Pledge of Allegiance says, and to the republic for which it stands, not to the democracy.
Yeah, when did they stop doing that? I forget. Prayer went out a long time ago, but
they did started doing it in the mid to late 70s into the 80s.
Was it because the 80s? I think we still had the pledge. I don't know if we.
It depends on what state you're in, but it started like in California, and New York, and
of course,
and then it spread elsewhere. Is the
Oh, wow, that's nice. He always says, we've never been in power, so anything that goes wrong in Sweden is not our fault. Boy, does that sound like our Democrats.
mm,
Except they don't say we've never been in power, but it's like, oh, it was all, if it's bad, it's because the orange man screwed it up in the first place.
Yeah.
We're just picking up his mess.
yeah.
I just put the link to the whole article if you want to read it more in depth.
Okay, hang on a second here. Let me
Nice.
make it so you can put that link into the chat.
Yeah, for that article.
Yeah, I gotta find some. So there we go. So I can go here. I can make you a moderator.
I can just copy it too, but you can make Shadow a moderator.
All right, Shadow, you're a moderator, so you can post that into the chat.
Let me see. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I copied it out of the private.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Shadow, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
If you have another article, copy it.
Yeah. The problem is, what makes me more frustrated, I think it will be chaos.
Yeah.
These 4 years, I don't have any hope anymore for this.
That's how we all felt. Yeah.
I don't feel any hope for this
when Potato got in, it's a horrible feeling.
So
sorry.
For
Good night, Joe.
From a prepper view, I would say stock up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's coming our way too. We keep hoping that, the T-Man will get back in office, and there's a lot of people who think he will, but I don't know.
I mean, I've mentioned to my wife, she doesn't think we really need to do it. What I wanted to do was to encourage both the boys still in California to go ahead to move up here and get jobs up here.
Yeah.
They're the Idaho Supreme is eighth of a mile away, and they can walk there. And but and so go ahead and we at one point several of the realty sites listed our house in California as well over $1 million. There in the San Francisco Bay Area. So sell it.
Yeah, get out of there.
Everything off here, and with what we have left over, and after we get hit, because we're going to get hit with the federal property gains taxes.
Yeah, I was just thinking that one. Yep.
But still, there would have enough left over to buy one or two more houses up here outright. Buy it outright, not be in debt anywhere, and we can rent those out and have income coming in.
Yeah. And even with that big property, like between the families, you can put like a tiny house for one, maybe brother on it. Are they both is one more functional than the other, or?
Yeah. Alex, the older one, has Asperger's.
Okay. That's what Hannah has. Hannah has a form of Asperger's.
Yeah, and he doesn't like to touch. He doesn't like to But other than that, he's working at Walmart as a stalker.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So Matthew's the one. Matthew's is very all
over the place.
Social. He's very social.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And he's he's goes out and gets himself his own job and stuff and everything else and he's doing stuff. But
okay.
He's not
on the spectrum. Matthew's not. It's the other. Okay, it's the other side.
Yeah, Alex, the older one, and Matthew wants to build something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I share another one? I just want.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just want to, so you can get a hint.
Yeah. After this happened with us in America, we had to turn off our regular news. Are they infiltrating your news channels?
Here.
Okay.
This guy,
Gustav
Ekström,
was a
Waffen SS veteran and had been a member of the National Socialist Party.
Wow.
That
Wow.
is, but the party had this name, Keep Sweden Swedish, at the beginning.
Wow.
And this dude was in the border of the party.
Yeah. It says that he was a volunteer, so he wasn't taken in unless they,
Yeah, he was a volunteer.
threatened him. He volunteered. He's a killer, basically.
Yeah.
Killer.
So, and
So much evil.
this is the dude.
Wow.
He died 1995.
But that party is basically his baby kind of thing. Like their thought process and stuff trickle down from him, or
Yeah, he was one of the early members. Yeah.
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, if
So
they were
you see what
accepting of
we are.
him. Go ahead.
I just wanted to. I can put this in the.
Horrible.
You can read more about it by yourself.
Yeah.
I copied.
Yeah. Well, my sister and my siblings still believe, like, not my siblings, but my sister. Oh, yeah, I guess all my siblings, they're all Dems.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I just read the side chat. Gear says, I like stocking at stocking at Walmart too. Oh, stalker. Oh.
So I just want to give you some information on the party, how it was founded.
That's horrible.
So it is.
That is horrible. But our government has dirty stuff too that's bad. Like, I don't know if they trace it right back to the Nazis, but it's neo-Nazi stuff still.
Yeah.
The old boys club on both sides, they have it.
Yeah.
The history of, but more so the Dems. But the Dems have covered it up really well, and then they accuse our party
of doing what they were doing.
What they're doing. And really, I say our party, but I only voted. I'm independent. I only voted for Trump. Like, I only went Republican for Trump this last time. The first time I was so confused with what was going on because I didn't know about the propaganda that they put in the newspapers.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So, but I definitely wasn't going to vote for Hillary, so I just abstained completely. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh. Because they were showing all that old film footage of when Trump was young, how he would be a Republican because we're dumb. Basically, if he ever ran for office, he would run as a Republican because Republicans are kind of easy to fool, which I didn't like that too much. Also, that one, what was it? He was a reporter, I think, that had that disability where his arms weren't completely formed, and they were showing like how Trump like mimicked him. My sister has that same disability. So it was like that year I just had to abstain. I couldn't vote for Hillary because she was a witch. And at that time, after that was all out and plastered, I couldn't, in good conscience, vote for Trump. But then I did, and then it was the year of, what the hell?
The year of
what the hell just happened?
This many registered voters, a certain percentage. They say only 60% came out, so this is how many came out. Yet there were this many votes cast.
Yes.
Or counted.
Yes. We've got a lot of dead people coming back to vote in that election.
There were a lot of duplicates that were counted and not discounted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyways,
that's right.
Well, guys, I need to step down. I have to prepare for work.
All right. Thanks for coming out, Shadow.
Yeah, I just wanted to share all the information because I look at it from a prepper view. So
yeah,
I don't like to be political, but
no. From a prepping point of view, it's important that you need to
know what's going on.
Back it to the rafters and.
Yeah, I think these 4 years will be worse. Really terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it.
No. Try and keep your head low and focus on your family and get your stuff. And that's basically what you can
Yeah,
do. And do local stuff like Gil goes to the meetings. If you can do that, just to see what's happening locally, that helps to
yeah.
get a, how would you
And
say that? Like a feel for your area of what's really going on politically in that area.
Yeah. So
yeah, and they are
Hmm?
second largest party
Oh, in your area where you're at. So there's a lot of support
in
for
the whole
them.
country. In the whole country, Swedish
Yeah.
Democrats are the second largest party.
Yeah.
The number one largest party is Social Democrats.
Mm. Wow.
You
It's
see
really
where
confusing.
it's heading.
mhm.
I have a feeling that it begins to like 1939.
Yeah.
We are going back to that.
Well, the mask seemed very much like you were taking personalities away from people, like the Heil Hitler did for all the people in Germany greeting each other in the morning. They would know where they were from just by the way they greeted one another. You put a mask over somebody, you can't see their
Yeah.
face. You don't want to greet people because you're afraid you're going to get sick. So, yeah, I totally get it. It's very scary. It's
Yeah.
a scary time.
Yeah, so I think
Pray for each
it
other.
might. So I might think have that as a topic for tomorrow's stream or something.
That's right. 2 our time, 2 Eastern our time tomorrow. It's always a hard time because I've got a lot going on at the house. If Theron's out and about, I can usually do a little bit, but if he's not,
Yeah.
it's too. Yeah.
Well, guys, take care, stay safe, and God bless.
All right. Same for
You
you.
too, Shadow Scout. You too.
See you later.
Yeah. See you later. Praying for
See you
Sweden.
later.
Mhm.
Praying for our world. What, Billy? What? What the heck? That's like fishes and loaves. Where did that come from? I remember when. Now look at her. She is a hottie. You remember when? When what? Thank you for calling me a hottie when I feel very homely tonight. Appreciate that.
All right. See our Pacific time.
Oh,
So
for the
11,
okay.
12, 1. Yeah, 2 o'clock Eastern. Yeah.
Usually 2 our time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. I'm
Yeah.
29 again. Just celebrating my anniversary of 29. I won't say which one, which anniversary. But yeah, anyway, I made good of what happened today after all the curse words. I always wanted to have a coffee area, so now I have it. Yeah, I was like, F you, Satan. I know that doesn't go together very well, but not taking my day away. I'm going to make something good out of this horrible thing that could have really gone wrong.
Yeah.
Aw, love you, Q. Thank you. What's at 1:30 Eastern? Did he say
That's
he's
what
coming?
time it is right now, Eastern.
What? That's what? What?
Current time.
Oh, current time. Yeah, it's 1:20. I have 1:25 on my.
Yeah.
Oh, back in the day when you were Billy Truth Be Told.
Yeah.
I was still hot back then.
Yeah.
You must have just had too much to drink, Billy. Or you did tonight, and then I'm hot tonight.
All right, Carol.
Yes.
Going back to the your post on the Facebook thing about the twin beds.
Oh yeah. For
So
when
you basically had twin beds set up as a king size, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Only problem is somebody might hit that crack in the middle. That's the only problem. But usually we don't because the bed's perfectly sized for each one of us. But I had to do that when I got fibro because I needed in case I was bed bound because I that happened to me when we first got Malachi. I had 2 bouts of bronchitis that laid me out in the bed for a whole week where I couldn't really get up and do much at all. And then the fibro was acting up too. But I've
My
since
in-laws did the same thing, only the mattresses were and box springs were different, So like the sleep number bed. It was all
Yep, that's what I
got
just
a
did.
54 and a 2.
That's funny
And
because I just did that because we had to rebuy the mattress, the one my mom used, and so I'm like, I'm not getting medium this time. I think I'll get plush. He's got medium. It's fine for him.
what they did was they had 2 different mattresses, but they just put king size sheets on over it.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that. I think I might start doing that. We'll see.
And that way it held the
held it
together.
Yeah.
And
if I want to invest,
they were still getting very frisky, as my wife said.
Yeah. We don't have a problem with that. It's just whose bed to do it in. It's the problem. Like, no, your bed. I don't want it in my bed. Your bed. Yeah, we have I was gonna say we have the motion on the base, those ones that you can lift up, and it also has like a massager in it, but it's just like it's one of those, it vibrates behind your back and down near your knees.
Yeah,
like it's not anything fantastic, but it's something. So I don't know if we can do the king sheet, because if I readjust my base and he doesn't, it's gonna be like stretch the sheet. Kind of bring him up with me. We just did that. Where to begin? That's what we're on right now, and I'm gonna kind of miss it. I kind of like being close to him again. I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for getting sick.
Yeah.
He's 6 foot. Wow. How in the world does he not hang over at 6 foot? Because that's a small bed. That's what we're in right now. Oh, night, Vitra. Have a good night, hon.
Night, Vitra. Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing, but it's not as jiggly as those. The coin operated hotel beds. It doesn't have that.
The magic fingers bed.
Yeah, the magic fingers. The ones that the kids always wanted to play on when you would check in. Mommy, you have a quarter? Daddy, you got a quarter? While mom and dad unpacked. Yep. Oh, good for you, Vitra.
My wife and I, as far as froze.
But yeah, it's a
when
good
I
size.
When I bought the house, I moved out. I go, okay. I'm planning ahead. I'm gonna meet somebody. We're gonna get married, so I'm not gonna have a twin bed in there, and a full's not really kind of. I'm just gonna I went down to a place and I bought a big heavy duty platform bed with all the big huge headboard with the mirrors and the cabinets on it and everything else on it. It was a king size, and it wasn't a regular water bed. It was a Soma water bed, which basically were separate individual tubes. You could take the tubes out and
Oh wow!
Tubes all the way across.
Soft-sided. Do you remember those where it was all padded on the side so it wouldn't fly?
Yeah, it had padding around it, and then the tubes laid in the pad, and then the mattress went over and capped over everything and around everything. And we had that for a few years and stuff, and then the tubes started not really leaking, but they would get soft. They're like, well, I just filled this up, but there's no water anywhere.
Yeah.
And so we all right, and we went out and we did some hunting around, and
bless him. Where did we go?
I was heard on the on commuting and stuff on the radio, heard all these ads for something called European Sleepworks, and then we saw an ad on TV for it. And she goes, okay, let's go check it out. And the big thing on the ad on TV showed, like most beds, you had the coils were like that big around. And the coils were sitting side by side. Well, European Sleepworks coils were that big around, and they interlocked. So you had it was an insane amount of coils, but it was just it was so good.
Bedtime chat about beds. Yes, they are. Creative redundancy right there.
And what was interesting about the European Sleepworks on their ad on TV,
Mm-hmm.
The king size bed. They put a wine glass on one side, and the guy jumped on the other side.
Oh yeah, they did that
And
with the other
the glass just wiggled a little bit, and because it was the way everything was built, it didn't shake the whole bed.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, cool, all right. And we got that, and we got that. Oh, geez, we were only been married about 8 years when we got that, and so we've had that 26 years now, and it's just as good as the day we bought it. And one of the things they were saying, yeah, this is a bed you pass down to your kids and to your grandkids. It'll last for generations, and it is. It's absolutely fabulous. But but when I moved, since I started setting everything up here, and my wife came up and stuff, she goes, up here I had a full size. She goes, we need to get a bigger bed. You spent more time up here than, and she said she spends more time up here than I spend back down there.
Yeah.
So we go move the king size up here, and she'll just get a queen down there. And so we got a queen down there, and the queen was a regular queen bed. And so either one of us gets in bed with the other one, the whole bed shakes. It's like,
yeah.
Now we know why we got remember why we got the European Sleepworks bed.
Yep, that's like the full right now. The whole bed like just moves if we move, and yeah, that's how it is right now.
Yeah.
And we're not used to it, but it's been nice being closer because we both have reflux. Like, so we will both sleep on our left sides because that helps if you have reflux. If you don't know that, and he tends to roll, and he's like way over there. It feels like he's like way over on the edge of his bed. Sometimes he'll be snoring, and I actually have to use my leg because I'm only 5'2" to just touch him. Like, you're being too loud. You're going to wake the baby, because he's facing the baby at that point, or the little boy. You hated water beds? They were great if you had allergies. I had allergies, and that was why my parents got me one. And you could just, once you took the sheets off, you could wipe the whole thing down. Really great for dust allergies. You could just wipe it all down. But I didn't like, having to get out. They're for the young. They're for the very young. To get out of that in the morning was such a pain. But
one of the things that my wife has to sleep, basically she sleeps on her side most of the night, and has pillows and stuff around, so a pillow between her knees and one so she's all curled up on the side like that. And it's what's funny is that when she decides to roll, she moves over closer to me, and then she rolls away from me, so all the pillows go with her.
Yeah, I have to have the one between the knees. I can't stand that feeling of my knees touching. But
and but for the one thing that she started complaining because my snoring was getting worse.
So it's bad.
And so she said, all right, you need to go see if you need a CPAP.
Yeah.
So I went in there, and they go, oh yeah, they test came back. Okay, you stop breathing here, you stop breathing here, you stop breathing here, you stop breathing here. So it's like, let's because I was like,
yeah, I don't know what that is. Is it? Do you think when you lose some weight, it'll improve that kind of sleep apnea?
Yes, it's supposed to, because it didn't start until
because I had same thing with my husband.
8 years after we got married, and by then I was over 165. I was close to 170.
Yeah, same. It didn't start until my husband took a desk job, and he started gaining weight.
Yeah, and the thing is, what's interesting is they say, all right, we have these all the different types of CPAP masks, and they tried the first one they tried to give me, say, this one here, it just comes underneath your nose and it blows the air up in. I go, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And they go, why not? Because I'm a mouth breather.
Me too.
And you can blow all the air you want in my nose, and I'm just gonna be going. And so then they tried what they call a full face, which every other industry calls a half face, which is the one that just covers half your face. And the materials that was made out of, by the end of the week, I had blisters all over my nose and around my face from it.
Oh no!
And I said, hey, this ain't working. It's it's because it's doing something there. And so they said, okay, do we have the whole face one? Go, yeah, that's what I told you I needed to begin with. And they finally sent that out, and that's made out of a different material because it's not supposed to have to be all nice and soft, be around your nose. It could be more firm out here, so it's a different material. And works great. But it's like we've had other friends that told them, hey, I can't sleep in that. I said, see this? I put it on there. I laid on the couch. See, I can sleep just fine on the pillow here. I can turn over this way here. You don't want to sleep on your belly anyways.
Yeah. I used to be a stomach sleeper for ages until fibro taught me otherwise. That's how I noticed the fibro in the beginning, is it was the tendons along the back is where the pain started, and then just got worse and worse. But yeah, that stupid mask. My husband actually has his zipped up and put away because we can't use it with the baby in the room anyway. But same thing. He couldn't stand it. It was interfering with his sleep more than his sleep apnea because he had mild sleep apnea.
What type of mask did he have?
I think he has the full.
I mean, this much or covering the eyes?
No, just this much. The half, I guess.
I don't like that as much as I do like the full face. Of course, I also did. I learned to work full face with working hazmat sites and stuff, the full face respirator and stuff, and it's much more comfortable really than half face is. And it took me just a little while to learn how to sleep on the pillow with it. But it's my wife just she can tell the difference when I'm wearing the full face. Yeah. I have a different brand half face for emergency backup in case something happens to the full face and I got to order a new one. And she can tell the difference. She goes, you sleep so much better with a full face.
Yeah, I've never seen that one either. The same thing. Janice is saying the same thing. Billy, is that because, are you commercial? I forget what type of pilot you are. Is that from just having places to go to so you don't have to go to a hotel, like investing in places? Be turning those into rentals, like vacation rentals.
Put that on health.
Or at least part of it.
Okay, here we go. This is the...
Oh, okay.
And it's got a nice cushion around the outside, and the white clips here is how it clips on and off. So basically, I pop those off, and the web that goes up over the head and everything, I just slide it off. So when I go to put it on, I just put it on just like I would a gas mask. Face in, pull it up, clip it on, and I'm good.
I'm good to go. Yeah.
And this one comes with levels around, and the piece going into it swivels as well, so the hose doesn't keep tied up.
So it doesn't get tied up.
Yeah. And
I've never seen those I didn't know those were for that.
This is made by Philips.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not going to do it. It's not going. I hate it when they say click to for a larger picture, and the picture here is larger than the one they give me.
So do you have the moisture in your line so your eyes don't dry out when you're
actually? I very rarely have to add the distilled water to the reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing with the full face, as I exhale, the moisture collects, and I breathe it in, the moisture comes back in.
Mm-hmm.
So I very rarely have to do it. It's like if the moisture in the house drops below 20%,
then
I'll need to add it. But that only happens in the wintertime when everything freezes.
I was just thinking winter. Mm-hmm.
I got I got the 4 set of of pots from Harbor Freight sitting on the wood burning stove full of water. And it just before about at night you can, when I turn off most of the lights, you can see the steam coming out of them.
Yeah.
And so I can keep the house the humidity up to 30 to 37% in the wintertime.
Where to begin? I didn't know you were going through that with your mom. Is she with you, or is she in her own place, or other sibling, or in a place?
Oh,
they had oxygen on my mom in the
right.
hospital, but her oxygen seems okay now.
Here's the other thing too. I'm not sure if it's going to show it right, but right here on the side is a little tube connector, so you can connect an oxygen tube to it for OCPD as well. And
I heard that too.
What one of the problems I have with the half face, because it's blowing pressure, it's blowing pressure in, CPAP positive, okay. Through my sinus or something, there's the ducts that go through. I'm one of those people that actually have where the pressure and my eyes will start, the air starts coming out around my eyes, and my eyes dry out on the half face. But with the full face, there's pressure all around, so that it doesn't come out my sinuses out by the tear ducts here. So that's one of the I'm one of those ones that have that little thing. One of my cousins used to be able to take and he put eye drops in his eyes, hold his nose and blow, and he blow bubbles in his eyes.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, that was a favorite trick of his. But yeah, the
oh wow, okay, we're beginning to get to split it. That's nice.
Yes, that's one. That
one
of the ones. But yeah, I actually found a better harness than this one here, and I got it. Actually, I got to go back and I got to move stuff around. But yeah.
So the cleaning is easy too in that one because it's
I popped the hose off. I unvelcro the headgear. Take it off. I just go in the sink and I just wash it out.
Okay.
Because it's big.
So you don't have that cleaner that they like put out and stuff.
Those cleaners and stuff, it's either for a smaller mass than mine, but the way it runs is it really, I'm looking as an engineer, I look at it and go, that's a scam. It's not running the air the right way to be cleaning the mask.
Okay.
It's not, so anyways.
Oh, and having an anxiety attack. I wonder too, LG. Would it recognize that like as if you were having sleep apnea, help you breathe when you're having an anxiety attack?
What it does is it gives you constant pressure. Okay.
Oh, it's like a BiPAP. Kind of.
This is this CPAP blows constant positive air pressure.
Okay.
So it's always blowing. Okay. Now, when I breathe in, but when I breathe out, since I'm trying to breathe out, it automatically reduces pressure until I breathe out. But if I just sit there, if I just take a breath and go and hold it, after about 15, 20 seconds, it ramps up the pressure.
So you'll take a breath.
So you'll take a breath. Yeah.
That's so weird though, because what if you take a breath and you hold it, you're not exhaling and it's pressurizing you to take more?
Well, when I'm holding the breath on purpose, I can feel it doing it, and it's like, and then I let air out and it dials back down. I let the air back down and start breathing again. But so what that does is sometimes when on my sleep apnea, I don't. It's like I exhale and I don't inhale. And so that's where it kicks on. Sleep apnea, you exhale, you don't inhale, and it goes pushes the air, and it's like, okay, breathe again.
Yeah.
Because it's harder to hold a breath than it is to not breathe.
I'm sorry. I used to get those, but I fortunately moved out of the situation we were in at the time. But one of the things that would help me is I would continue to tell myself, I'm not dying. This is going to wash over me. I'm going to be fine. I know what this is. This will wash over me and go away. The big thing that it does is it tricks your brain into that. Like, I'm going to lose all my air. I'm going to die. And that's not true. This will wash over me. I've been here before. I'm not dying, and trying to keep your breath. But it's hard. Those are horrible. I've had them before. I'm so sorry you get them so bad you pass out.
The only problem I've had with my CPAP is when there's a power spike, and it just basically all the power or power, whatever you want to call it, where the power goes off just for a microsecond or whatever, and since it's electronics, it goes, look, power out, okay, and it turns off, and then all of a sudden I wake up, I can't breathe, and there's all of a sudden, okay, and on the CPAP, on the piece coming off the front there, is where it exhales out of. And so what I need to do, either if I got to scramble out of bed and push the button to try to turn it back on, but I found out I can just put my hand over that and just start going about 10 times, all of a sudden it kicks on automatically.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, okay. The CPAP, and I wanted to look this up. It says, while CPAP generally delivers a single pressure, BiPAP delivers two, an inhale pressure and an exhale pressure. These two pressures are known as inhalation positive airway pressure and exhalation positive airway pressure. BiPAP machines are sometimes also called BPAP. I just didn't know, the difference. Why? Because my brother was on a BiPAP right before he was dying.
Mine is the basic Philips Restronics one, and it just plugs. It has the power adapter, plugs into the wall. That's it.
I'm so sorry.
It's the one that the insurance company paid for. So since I got a prescription for it,
the
prescription wouldn't pay for anything fancier, because they say you don't need anything fancier. So that's what I have.
Where to begin? Does your mom have fibrosis with the COPD, fibrosis of the lungs, as the lung specialist said? My brother had COPD, but he also had they believe he had been exposed to Legionnaires, and that's what led to his hospitalization before his lungs got really bad. But he also, was a lifetime, he struggled with heroin all his life, and that will ruin your lungs, believe it or not.
Yeah. Mine originally that was set to when I put it on and I took a breath. After 5 seconds, it would turn on.
It's hard,
but one time there was a power surge and it had to be reprogrammed, and they tried talking me through it over it, and they skipped that part, and I forgot to ask about that part about setting the automatic on it, and it's just it's like I don't want to screw anything else up. I got all the other settings worked, and it only happens probably once every 6 months where gotta do it, or sort of power it's turned off from a spike or a anti-spike of so it's not that bad.
I don't know if I'll end up having to use one. I know I've got something. I definitely get reflux, and oh my gosh, that's the worst feeling ever when the reflux is bad, and you wake up and you feel like you can't breathe because it's blocked your airway in some way and you can't breathe. Hey, Storms, what's up? Yeah, right, LG. I'm so sorry. Tibor hit it on the head. There's other factors at play.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry you're going through all that. Definitely prayers for you, hon.
Yeah, my wife didn't want to hear it when I told her she snores.
Yeah.
What do you mean I started snoring? Yeah, in the last 10 years, you started snoring a little bit now, a little bit more. Sometimes you don't snore. I don't notice anything at night. Sometimes you get in one position, and it's a throatal rumble type snoring.
Oh, yeah. I do that. I do that when I'm really out. Like if
Yeah.
I've taken a Benadryl and I go to bed because I know he's home the next day, I'm like Darth Vader kind of.
And it's funny is I figured out
Those are
that
the ones I gag.
if she's snoring like that,
Mhm.
and all I got to do is bounce in the bed a little bit, with
Yeah,
the
we
sheets,
readjust.
other one sheets. It's
Mhm.
just enough. She hears it. She hears
Yeah.
it moving, and her subconscious, and she turns.
Yeah.
And then,
I do that with her.
Yeah, the other times I'll just sit down and just reach over and I'll start playing footsies with her. And all of a sudden her foot jerks away and she stops snoring.
Yeah, Billy, they don't do. I don't deal with elevations really, like Steamboat Springs. When I went out there, even as a young person, it was just too much pressure for me as an asthmatic, and I really struggled. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't realize altitude sickness was a thing. I was so young. Nobody told me.
Steamboat Springs? Where's that at?
Colorado.
Colorado, okay.
Really high up, but it was the first time I ever went skiing and the last time. I was like, I'm not cut out for this kind of thing.
What was the elevation up there?
I'm not quite sure, but it's pretty high. And we got to fly in on one of those nice little rickety Cessnas or whatever they fly you in on, like those smaller planes where it feels like you can see to the outside. I hate those.
Their elevation is 6,000. Oh, that's not that high. I mean, compare 6,732. My high school is at 7,000 feet.
Wow. Where was that? 7,000. Where was that?
Fredonia, Arizona.
Arizona, 7,000 feet?
What? You seen the Grand Canyon?
Oh.
A couple thousand feet down in.
Yeah.
And the river is still way above sea level.
Yeah.
And we were up on the plateaus above it, away from it.
I didn't realize it was so, I don't know why. I just didn't realize it was so elevated. Maybe because I think of it like Texas with flat, like being flat.
Oh, no. Arizona is not flat. Arizona
is mountainous. I just didn't, my brain wasn't connecting to Arizona. It was connecting to like flat Texas.
But
what did I miss? Oh, no.
We go back one here. It's
oh, Tibor, wow. Just that action. That's scary.
Okay. This will probably give you a. I hit the wrong button before. Let me go ahead. There we go. So, the green are up on the mountains. The brown is the foothills of the mountains.
Right here.
Flagstaff is a big ski resort. Phoenix is getting down low.
Yeah.
But all this is mountain range across here.
Yeah.
Mountain range there. Colorado River coming up here.
We went from 0, Tibor. So for me, you did a jump like I did.
Yeah.
And as an asthmatic, my lungs just. But what's weird is you don't feel it that it's your breathing. You don't you just don't feel right. You don't.
Yeah.
I just felt off. Didn't realize it was an oxygen thing. And I was with all firefighters, and none of them told me. Like, oh, it's probably your breathing. Like it's the elevation. Tell you what though, like that was not a party trip where I could drink. I had to just drink water. I couldn't even.
Well,
they got me.
Go up into the high Uintas and up at Wyoming.
I think of Vermont and stuff, but it was just the cold. I think it was the mixture, that's extreme cold with the elevation. Because and I've been up north to Lake Placid, New York before with the same problem. I got ill because it was so cold, and I don't even know the elevation there, but it was so wicked cold. I also got hit with a snowball in the face and then ended up in the infirmary there because it was a college tour. Definitely sealed my fate for not going there ever.
All right. The high Uintas is in northeast Utah and over into Wyoming there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, Wyoming's very mountainous. Huge.
Okay, so you can see the mountain ridge is showing here.
Mm-hmm. So that goes all the way up from Arizona? Or from what?
Well, let's get up here. How you went to school up in here, a little bit in here into
Oh, okay.
yeah, up in Wyoming there a little bit. But this area up here, the high points around here, I'm not sure if it's peak one of these. It's not going to say on. It's not going to be.
I love the mountains, but I like
15,000 feet.
What?
Elevation, 15,000.
Oh, 15. Wow.
Yeah. There are areas up there. It's like going up on Everest. It's like you have to be certified to go up there, and you know, or you have to have somebody certified medical people, because people get up there and they get altitude sickness.
Yeah, I would definitely get altitude sickness, and especially if it was cold, I might even die. Might just kill me, put me in the hospital. It's that combination with the, snow and the elevation. I don't know what I'm at. Let me look. I'm looking up my elevation. Oh, tonight an interesting thing happened. I thought of Bob.
North to Jack. I just closed it. Let me go reopen close tab.
Hold on.
Okay, and
we're almost 10 feet. That's our elevation.
All right, Billy, here you go.
Really?
All right, so
9.8.
There's the height you went to.
Mm-hmm.
There's Jackson up where Billy is. Head straight west. Okay. There's Idaho Falls, which is 12 miles north of me. I'm right down.
Jackson, what? Was Billy in Jackson? What?
Jackson.
Where though? What state?
Idaho?
Wyoming. Okay, I thought it was Wyoming, but I don't recognize Wyoming towns or anything.
Yeah. So here's the
in Florida.
There's the border, but so right here should be. Hey, Salt, there I am.
That's way better than nothing.
My house right there. There's my house. Look at that. I'm marked.
Oh wow!
Wait a minute. It's wrong. There's a cement driveway there now.
Wow.
It's no longer
moving on up to the big time.
Yeah.
With the deluxe driveway on the side. Did you get a roundabout, or is it a straight up? I didn't get to watch the video on what they laid, like the shape.
It's the whole driveway is 44 feet wide at the shop, and it goes out 65 and a half feet till it hits the property line towards the street.
Yeah, Q. I love going up towards Mount Dora, Lake County. It's the hills of Florida.
There's Idaho Supreme, and that's where both my boys have said they could work there. And let me just do this right here. So there's Idaho Supreme. There I am, and this town is one. It's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without them knowing it, LG.
1/4 square mile.
Mm-hmm.
But so from here, let me do this way here. Measure distance to the Snake River.
Love it, Q.
Is under 1/4 mile to the Snake River, and this island has mountain lions living on it. And they kicked the mountain lion. One of the males got kicked out and came over here and killed my daughter's rabbits.
Oh,
yeah!
Yikes!
And then it was seen down around over here at someone's corral down here, this part of town. And
but any of you now, since it has done that to the rabbits, are you allowed to put it down if any of you see it on your property?
The game warden came out. He goes, "Yep, mountain lion." And my son-in-law said, "Well, what happens? Comes back." He goes, "Shoot it."
Yeah, because it's now amongst people.
We'll take care of the carcass.
Yeah, it wants people.
Yeah. So
Take care of the carcass. You could just maybe dig a hole.
no, they said they'd take care of it. They'll come and take it away for us.
Oh,
Free.
okay. I was going to say, be a good compost eventually.
Well, one of the other neighbors says, skin it first. I want.
Imagine, oh my gosh, the game warden coming out and being like, "What the hell? Who took the skin off this thing?" Aliens.
Aliens, yeah, we don't know. It was here. It
Yeah.
had skin on it last night when we shot it.
Yep. We left it out, and aliens came and got that. We were surprised the butthole was still intact. So, but
Yeah.
oh, Harrison Ford is over in that area. Where Gil is? I thought Harrison Ford was like towards you, Billy, like in Wyoming. He's in Idaho? I didn't know that. That'd be cool, running into Harrison Ford at the grocery store. If he even does his own grocery shopping. Oh, you can eat mountain lion too? Yeah, I think I'll pass. It's a big cat. I really don't want to eat a big cat.
Harrison Ford has a 800.
Great night to you too, Janice.
Tonight.
She's gonna watch us on the big screen and get ready for bed.
Right. Harrison Ford has an 800-acre ranch in Jackson, Wyoming.
Yeah. LG, that's good advice.
Yeah.
Oh, he's your neighbor. Nice, Billy. I hear has he cleaned up his act? Because when he was with Callista, I think they both were pretty much drunks. Like alcoholic drunks. Like bad.
Yeah.
Functional, but still pretty much drunk.
In 2002, he started dating Callista Flockhart.
Yeah, Callista. That was the one that they both, I think,
got married in 2010. And they have the 800-acre, which is a little over 640 acres is a square mile, so they got 800 acres.
Oh, she does the shopping, Billy said. I didn't even know they were still together. That's good for them. They're still together.
They're still married.
Maybe they didn't have a drinking problem. They just looked
Ford is a licensed helicopter pilot, both fixed-wing and helicopters.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, it is. So he was I heard a rumor he was actually flying one of the helicopters in the Expendables 3.
Oh my gosh, Where to Begin's husband got attacked by a bobcat. Shut the heck up. I've never heard that. I don't know anybody. You're the first person I've known who had a family member get attacked by one. So are they nice, Billy? They like to party? Laid back?
Yeah.
I am amazed, like Harrison Ford and Callista, and then Julia Roberts, like how they kind of, and even what was her name? The one who just went through a really bad divorce. Kelly Clarkson, all like, kind of life out on a ranch. Like, not like a Michael Jackson ranch, but like a real one. Like they prefer that kind of life. Oh, is that what they are? They're total potheads. Oh, I was wondering. It was the red eyes and the something was up. Okay. That's hilarious. That's so cute. Where to begin? Put them in the picture. I love that idea. Do it. I know. They usually run away. That's what I was thinking, Tibor. Do they carry rabies? Yikes.
It depends, because when I was living in Fredonia, Arizona, the bobcats there, they called them lynxes, a little bit smaller, would, were territorial. If they decided this was their territory, screw you, it's their territory now. And, they would put up a
the
fight.
Males would. Do you think that was though towards like mating season, maybe, like just like other males get? Like our gators, same thing. You see the most attacks during mating season because they end up in bodies of water that they weren't before.
Yeah.
Because the bigger, I don't know if it's, I think it's a bull, the bigger male will kick all the other younger males out of his territory. And they have to go walking in the middle of the night and go find another pond or water source to live in. Yeah, I was wondering. So I wonder if where to begin. Did your husband have to get all those shots for rabies? Yikes! He has about 400 acres. Nice, Billy. That's nice.
Oh, okay. There's the answer.
Oh, thought he was a big doe. Doe? You're not a doe.
So he had to prove that the cat attacked him. Then he got to keep it.
Wow. Thank God he was like armed and ready. Oh, he didn't even go to the hospital? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yikes. Then again, though, some of those shots can be worse than what you've been exposed to sometimes. Oh, cool, Billy. You bought one of Harrison's old trucks. That's neat. That's some cool storytelling there. I was actually looking at minivans again with this child and it's hard for me to squeeze into the SUV in the back and get him set up in his chair so he doesn't escape. Oh, I was going to tell you tonight what happened. Where we wait for my daughter, it's behind like a strip mall. Her school is in one of those. I have like one big floodlight over the stairs out back, and then when they open the door, there's more light that comes out. There's a few little lights. It's still kind of dark. Like there's lights back there. It's parking lot. Some girl came up to me. At first, she had a black shirt on, so I thought she was with the school because she's around that age. As she got closer, her hair's all unkempt. She's drinking, I don't know if it was a energy drink or a big old, malt liquor in a can. And she's looking at me and like she's going to come knock on the door. And I was like, no, because my son was behind me. No. And I gave her the look. 3 times I said no, and she went, like at first she was smiling like she knew me. And after I said that third no, and I got him and she looks at him on that third no, I was ready to put my foot on the gas. Thankfully, I put it in out of park because I was sitting there with my blinkers on waiting for Hannah. But I was like, damn. Like Bob said, they're starting to come down because they know winter's coming, and they come down during the colder seasons from up north. Yep. And she looked like a kid. It broke my heart. She looked like she should be in school with my daughter. It was so sad, but I've got my kid. Don't come near my car.
Yeah.
Don't come near my car. I'll find something to beat you with if I don't have a gun on me. Don't come near my child. But yeah, that was just a little bit like a wake up call. And I've seen another homeless person back there where I had to warn the girls because he was right in front of their truck, sitting down on the other side of the bushes. Really not liking that. Yeah, it is sad, LG, because she looked like a beautiful girl. It was so sad. Really.
The homeless people I've dealt with in California, some of them are just totally off the deep end.
Yeah.
Some of them are, and they go up the scale. There were only 2 that were fully functional, could have held a job. It could have held a job if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But had anxiety issues about being indoors. They had to be sleeping outdoors. One guy in downtown was known by all the merchants and stuff. He'd go around, do odd jobs. He would help outside. He slept outside.
Yeah.
And he had like 2 big hand trucks with all his stuff strapped between them. And so he just wheel his stuff around town and set up and everything. And things he got so good at helping people and stuff and doing things that sometimes a merchant would say, here, go down here, wherever, get a shower, whatever, get it all cleaned up. It's on me.
Yeah.
And then for the next, then when he comes back, man, and everybody's hiring him. And then he's rubbing it in, and someone has to, go get cleaned up.
Yeah.
But
usually they pay for like a cheap, if there is one, a cheap gym just for that purpose, so they can go in and shower. Like if they're mentally able to figure that out, they'll do that. Or somebody will do it for them so they can do it.
He's a friendly guy. Talk to you.
So sad.
Literate, but he goes, I can't go inside. I can't stay inside for
There was mental. Yeah, there was. A lot of them are the ones that really need help mentally are just out on the streets.
But,
and even some of the ones using drugs.
Some traumatic thing happened or whatever.
Or trauma. Yep. Trauma's a lot too.
And he goes, he always says, I can't go inside for very long. I can go into a building, work around, do some stuff for about an hour. I got to go back outside.
Yeah, LG, there are the ones that have been on the street using for a long time, and they get, kind of crusted over. Yeah. I hate that anybody lives like that where to begin. And I said it to my daughter. I said, maybe it was God's grace that Malachi was with me, because I would have probably put my window down and said, do you need anything? And who knows? She might have been nuts. She just might have looked cute, but have been a psycho. You don't know what you're dealing with by looks at all. So.
Okay, I've been wanting to change the subject here since way in the beginning, but I asked you a question.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen any of Courtney's videos today?
I only got to see a little bit. Tammy was doing awesome. But it wasn't her video. It was I saw Courtney's early video that I missed most of it. And then I saw the Superb Canner video where Tammy was getting to talk, and she was with the girl from TikTok that Becca turned me on to, and that girl's a trip. And she's got like 1 million followers. She's a trip. She's the one who did the bottle of rim juice for the rims of her. She named it Rim Juice. And puts vinegar in it, and it's like one of those touch top bottles, and wipes the rims of her cans. And she's like, yes, I know, it's called Rim Juice. That was who was with Tammy, and I was like, yay, Tammy, you're a star. Anyway, go ahead.
When Courtney was doing the walk around and she was walking through the 110, I don't know if she mentioned it or not, or she may have just briefly mentioned it, but there was like 4 pallets of American canners sitting there in boxes.
She took pictures and posted the other. Yeah, what was that about? She took pictures of the colored ones they have now.
Okay, I didn't see that. I just saw her where she was walking through the video, and she just kind of, here's all these plain brown boxes and stuff, and they're opening some up and taking it. Oh, American, anybody need a canner? And they were American canners.
Yeah, they were doing. I think they were introducing American canners colors. And they had Kaylin's in bed right now. She said she wouldn't make it because she's got to be at the mosque early, mosque kitchen. But she liked the green, and I don't know if it was a yellow was the other one, but the colors look amazing.
Did Courtney paste that in the mod group or the?
Oh, night, Janice. Oh, I forget. I don't remember. It was just like a quick picture. I wish Denise was in here. I just saw her email.
Okay. I'm going back in here, and there's just so much stuff.
Which one are you in?
The mod group is turned into worse than a party line phone.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking in here.
I know, it's all the groups.
That's Thursday. It's still today.
Yeah, it is. It's in the mod group. It's up. It was yellow. I thought it was yellow, but hold on, I'm almost there. And the other one was green. It was
probably after I did the Good Morning song in there.
There, go. And it's showing the colors. It's going to come in. And Kaylin liked the green, like the down below. You can see they're going to.
Yeah, I can see the green. Yeah.
Cool. They're going to have it in those colors. One looks
It
like
made it because when I'm scrolling, it jumps
that
a
one. I
lot.
want the turquoise one. Oop, that one. It's turquoise. It's hard to see on the colors. But they were giving them away?
I don't know if they were giving them away, but it's like, I saw the
Oh,
pallets of American.
mine.
It's like, dang.
It would break my porcelain glass top stove, probably.
Okay, I found them.
Aren't those pretty colors, right, LG?
So, hang on here.
Did you look it up on the page?
I found it there. So this is one of the pictures,
Yep.
and then wrong way.
Oh, that was hilarious with the flag.
There's the big version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that green one there, that looks like avocado green, which my mom would have gotten.
Yeah. It's a deeper green. It's like Roots and Refuge did their
Yeah.
kitchen before they moved all out of the farm.
Yeah.
It's like a deep Kelly is in right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of reminds me of the avocado green. I was a little more yellow. We had a stove like that at my mom's house for like till they just about moved out.
Yeah, we had one until 73 when we moved to Fredonia, and we had to get rid of it because there was no room for it. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Whoops!
The wrong
Get out
button.
there! Get out there! Don't scroll through the whole group. Doop, doop. Courtney won't like that and doing that live. Yeah, she'll get upset. There you go.
Wrong way.
There you go.
Oh well.
Yeah, she don't want to do that to people in the group because some people. Yeah. They're true.
I was scrolling fast here, but
yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, I did see some of it, and because today's been a heck of a day.
Oh, and then of course, Joe took the picture of Courtney and Tammy in front of the poster of Justin Rhodes and made all of them, including the poster.
Yeah,
sing.
The mouth is unbelievable. The mouth on that thing is unbelievable. How it sinks, whatever he's using. You did, Tibor. Good for you. You brought it in, so you might have saved it. Just keep it hydrated. Likes moisture. Sometimes the bathroom's good too. If you have a bathroom that retains a little moisture, they like it in there. Yeah, those I would love one of those canners in like a turquoise. I like the turquoise, like the light turquoise colors and dark turquoise. That's what I'm going to do with my strawberry. I was going to do with my strawberry planters, the stackables.
I screwed up yesterday. I put my two baby tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes, in their little tray. I put it outside in the front porch to get nice and warm and let them grow. And when it started to sprinkle, I came in. I totally spaced and forgot about them.
Oh,
sprinkling wouldn't have been bad, but when it starts downpouring and hail the size of my thumb, and this morning I go out there and they're laying flat over. And it's like, so I brought them. I'm trying to, I brought some more dirt in and tried, bracing them back up with the dirt around the base and stuff. See if they survive or not.
CR said that it was 39 where he's at the other night, but you're up in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so they're just showing it. It's the, how do you say it? The premiere. These people who are going are getting to see it. Kind of like a home show where you get to see new stuff before it comes out.
Yeah.
I used to love that about the home and garden show that they would have down here, to see all the different things that were going to be coming out and getting and like to try it first if it's like a cleaner or something like that. And of course they always had the pots and pans salesman or the knives salesman doing the thing at those. The hail and horses and ponies, is that a saying? Oh yeah, the hail and horses and ponies. Instead of it raining cats and dogs, there's raining horses and ponies.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, LG. We just get sheets of rain here. It just like, if it's gonna rain, it really is like, and it's just a sheet of rain, like a wall.
Well, over across the street, like it was, the back door was, um, they had a gutter on that. It was been torn most of the way off from the snow coming and sliding over it. So I took it down and I built a covering, an awning, a 12-foot by awning coming off that. Well, last night when I was looking out the front door here across the street, they had the light on I put on the garage there was shining right on it, and it was a 10-foot wide waterfall. Not sporadic water running off, and it was corrugated on top of there, so you didn't get all these little ones. It was one big one, and it was shooting out about a foot to 18 inches off of that, where it was just coming down off of everywhere. So it was raining so hard, it was just whoosh out there.
That's our forecast is all rain for the next week, full week. But it always changes. It'll wake up the next day and it's like, oh no, you're not getting rain for 3 days. What?
What happened? Yeah, what happened? It said rain.
Where did those 60 and 80% chance of rain go? That was random, Billy. Is that important to know for what? Pictures? If we see pictures of them? Bono standing on a box? That's my height. Must be an Irish thing then.
It's 5'8".
They do have small little doors and stuff over there in the older buildings in Ireland, from what you see. We must have been some small people. A lot of European villages are like that. The doors seem really small.
So we got 71 tomorrow, 75 Saturday. We'll get up into the low 80s. Then it comes back down again. Oh, we get 69 on the 4th.
Wow. Yeah, we're in the 80s. That's almost my weather.
The lows are staying from the low 40s to we got it to 47 degrees coming up here for next Wednesday.
Your highs are actually my lows, except for the 80s. It's going down into the 70s this week, and our highs are high 80s to mid 80s. Today was 91.
I was talking with John from the concrete guys today, and he goes, "Yeah, we got about 2 weeks of good weather, and then it's going to take a nosedive." So
get my inflatable raft. I can't save my whole family with an inflatable raft, Storms, but maybe one of those blow up boats wouldn't be a bad idea. Actually, where I'm at is not a flood zone. We pay for flood because anything that comes into the house from the outside water-wise is flood insurance. You have to have. But we have a drainage canal right behind our house, so as soon as it gets high, they just let it out, and it goes all the way out to a big lake that floods into the intercoastal. So we are pretty much low ground but high ground where we're at. We check those things. If you're out west, though, for some reason the canals, I guess, are more stagnant. They don't move along, and they get flooding out there. And especially if you go up a ways from my house, around the area where the motorcycle rider who lives on here, Jesse. Anyway, his channel, he's out near this place called Loxahatchee. That's not where he lives, so I'm not doxing him. But that place, that's where you see like the film footage where people are in their little boats and rafts and, knee to ankle, almost hip deep at certain places. I know, right? I don't know. I wish it did, Gardening Warrior Q. Tomorrow is Roto-Rooter on that side. Of course, it's on our bedroom side of the house. I have a bad feeling it might be the stupid strangler fig strangling something over there. I hope it's not. Oh, really? Well, I don't think Trump is, though, Billy. Isn't Trump tall? I think Trump's a big guy. Just from even his model wife. I know that about, Tom Cruise is a little guy. And that it makes me wonder how big, what's that guy's name? The comedian, Kevin, the black comedian, who always looks small next to like all his co-hosts.
Trump is 6'3".
Yeah, I thought he was tall, and he's like a big dude.
Oh, he's 76. Wow.
He's got it. Wait, then he's going to be 78 when he's running? Wait. 22.
He's 76, so 2 more years. He'll be 78.
So then how old is the bonehead we have now?
Hang on here. Let me look
Kevin Hart,
here.
that's what you guys. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, his youngest son is going to be way tall. That's the combination of mom and dad. Both tall.
All right, Biden will be 80 this year.
And he's going to run for another. And you got to be kidding. Why don't they just put a corpse like on the posters? That's crazy. My mom's 84 with dementia, and her last step down came quick and heavy. So, but then again, they have fake leaders too, the fill-ins, just like actors. So maybe we'll get his stand-in.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe we will get a real life version of Weekend at Bernie's.
Can you imagine though? What's her name trying to play that off? I'm here, and so is President Biden. He's there in the chair. You're over there. He's here in the chair. I'm here. I'm hers, and yeah, he's here. Yeah. I haven't smoked pot at all today before I came on camera, just so you know. I abstained so I could talk to you while you're there and I'm in black. Oh my gosh, I wanted to come through the screen and slap the crap out of her when I saw that one. I was like, what the heck? Did AI take over your brain already?
Yeah.
LG knows what I'm referring to. Like, what the hell? It just happened? Yeah, Tabor, I've heard that he had an aneurysm, which is just like a bleeding stroke, like my mom had. It does age them. But she didn't have to have the surgery. It coagulated and healed on its own. Yeah, just send a hologram. I think they've used the green screen before and got caught guarding Warrior Q when he was outside. And it had that weird thing where the two were supposed to collide but would have touched hands, but it was so awkward. Yes, it is almost like that's aphasia. My mom has aphasia, and that's what they called it after she had her stroke. She had word salad, LG.
Well, I don't want to offend anybody by saying the nickname we used for her in California when she was
sorry, Q.
An official in California. But KH, as young as she is, still sounds a lot of times like she is a 90-year-old having a flashback.
She reminds me of somebody just playing a part. Like, it's like it's not real. Like you're watching pretend. Like she's pretending too hard. Like, it's weird. Like, even she talks down to people like they're in elementary school, like an elementary school teacher, but I'm pretending to be one. Pretending to be this part or that part today.
All right, Q said it, so I feel safe. We called her Camel Toe Harris.
Camel toe or headboard Harris. Yeah. I doubt they even got to the headboard. Probably more of the floorboards.
But yeah, I mean, just sometimes, it's like.
Yeah, Q. They have used the green.
I was actually doing an inspection over at San Francisco.
Yeah, LG. I got
and
it.
she came through and she goes, "I'm exempt. I'm the Attorney General for the state of California. I'm exempt.
Exempt from paying for her groceries?
No, from having to be screened at the airport."
Oh.
And it was like, everybody there, arguing there. I was doing an inspection. So
Was
I'm off
she
the
a
side.
stripper? What,
And
people? Yeah, she does seem like a middle school mean girl, Idaho Garden girl. I agree.
Yeah, but they were going at it. And finally, with the TSA people and stuff. And finally, I saw the sergeant for the San Francisco airport police. I go, "Hey, come on, we're escorting her out." He goes, "You sure you want to do that?" I go, "I don't give a crap. I've chased Newsom out." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And we walked over, and it's like, "You're not flying today."
Yeah,
So
you got to do the
that.
same thing as everybody else.
And he was there. He's a federal agent. He's Homeland Security. You want to go to jail?
So
and she goes,
stupid.
and she went out. And sure enough, I called over to Oakland. I said, "Hey, give me a call if she shows up there."
Wow.
She showed up there, and I tell her she's banned from flying today everywhere in the state. And they said, "Hey, you were banned from flying over there. It means you're banned from flying here. And unless you want it to be a lifetime ban, leave." Just people that pick on the rank and staff, federal people who are just doing their job. I don't let that stuff fly.
I can't think of the one that she dated that had his own show that ended up having MS, the black guy, bald. And she dated him. Oh, shoot. No, I don't want the voice. She dated him. Oh, what is Montel? She dated Montel back in 2001.
Yeah, Montel Williams.
She's habitually demeaning to staff and prone to bursts of cruelty that make it difficult to work in her office.
She also had a relationship with Willie Brown.
Yeah, that's what got her where she's at. Yeah.
Yeah, she's one who slept her way to the top.
Yep, she sure did. Yeah, I just found this thing, post that somebody random who's a doctor made, and it said about Mrs. Harris has opened Pandora's box into the sex. This is back in 2019. The sex lives of presidential candidates. Let's join her there. For all who think Kamala Harris's sex life with a married man 3 decades her senior is out of bounds, then why is Trump's sex life fair game? If we are to believe Mrs. Harris' words that DT is a predator, then what are we to make of her past behavior with Willie Brown? If being a predator of single women is bad, then what do we call being a predator of a married man in a position of power? Walk with me.
Gold digger.
Right? So then this person goes on, I want to raise daughters in a world where they get ahead by how vast and wide their brains are, not by how vast and wide they can spread their legs. Oh my gosh. Prostituting oneself into the halls of power is no different than prostituting oneself in a strip club or on a street corner. It's all prostitution. Just one is acted out in more luxurious environments and circumstances.
Yeah.
Yep. And she's saying, not just, she's saying, even in most Black women I know, including my spouse, view women who sleep with married men as predators and threats to the institution of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. She's a homewrecker.
Yeah.
Basically, like, who are you to talk, homewrecker?
All right. Well, let's see. It's 2:30 your time.
Yeah, I'm ready. If you're ready, it's fine.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Courtney and Tammy are both going to be doing pop-up lives from the suburb canning, whatever it is up there.
Oh, for her regular canning time, she's going to do it?
Well, no, I mean for the suburb, because they're at the.
Oh, they're just going to be popping up, yeah.
They're going to just be popping up there.
Because tomorrow would usually be their the canning blue ribbon at 12.
And I think they're both doing something at that time there.
Okay, like a tour or something. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. So coming up next week for me, Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound channel, 8:00 Eastern is going to be a birthday special. I turned 65. And so we're going to talk about birthdays and everything everybody can expect. And all sorts of fun. And hopefully I can get the staff sergeant to come up here.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, so everybody can see her and maybe talk to her.
I might do Friday, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure right now. We'll see.
Okay. Tuesday here on Grayman Prepping at 10:00 Eastern for Tactical Tuesday. The topic is sheep pox, the deadliest condition. And so it's not what you think, unless you're thinking like me, then it is what you're thinking. And you could get a laugh out of it because I got a weird sense of humor. And
yeah, she's really smart, Tibor. She won't. Talking about T's daughter running. As a Jewish wife, she probably will not. That's quite well off. There's no point in putting her in that kind of torture, and her children. But she would be great. But who knows? Maybe one day. Maybe when the kids are a little bit bigger, because their kids are really small right now, I think. Right? They're really young. Some of them.
If Carol does do Friday, that'll be at 11:30 Eastern tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm still up in the air whether or not I'm going to be, because I'm trying to get some stuff done here. I got a bunch of stuff happening tomorrow. Whether or not I'm going to do a Friday night on the homestead tomorrow night. If I do, that will be at 10 Eastern till 11 Eastern. Gives everybody half an hour break before Carol goes on if she does.
Okay.
So that's all up in the air for tomorrow. Tomorrow's up in the air.
Okay. Yeah, and if you're already on it, I don't have to have my Friday because of the way things are over here. Yeah. I can join you guys. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what's going on here because I got firewood coming tomorrow, 6 cords of it. I got the gutter guys coming to put gutters on the house and the shop.
Wow.
And so I'm not sure what else is going on. And I know I'm going to get calls of asking from my wife asking what else do I want her to bring from California.
We've got a mattress coming tomorrow and roto-rooter, and I've got to move a bunch of stuff out of our bedroom.
Yeah.
For the roto-rooter.
You're going to be a little busy there too.
Yeah. So yeah, I get it.
All right, everybody. Everybody needs to go home, go to bed, get some sleep, and stay in your own home. Go to bed, get some sleep.
So we should see Timor's before we go. Kid stays in shape.
Fighting wild cats. No, I don't. I do not fight cats. No, I don't fight them.
It's like that fight in what was that? Where Harrison Ford just
Indiana Jones and the boom. I ain't fighting you. Hey, Monday when I went out there afterwards, early in the morning to set all the lights up and stuff, I did a patrol first with my tactical shotgun. I wasn't. Because other people said the cat was still in town here, coming into town. So
you're too much. Animation for good poop one. Oh my.
Roto-Rooter mesh.
Too much. You're too funny, Q. Too funny. Everybody likes a good poop. It's even on commercial now. Oh my gosh. And it's all women too in the commercial about I'm pooping on TV.
I was waiting for them to play that song.
Oh, everybody poops. Everybody poops.
All
All
right,
right.
everybody. See you guys later.
See you later. Have a good night. Night, Gil.
Night.
I'm pop off too.